Alright guys, welcome back. We are doing instrument flying. I've started the instrument flying series, and the previous video had understanding basic radial interception. So in this video we are going to do perhaps an important concept as well again. So that will be DME Arc Procedure. So DME Arc Procedure these days is being used a lot to do approaches, ILS, DMEs and everything. So it's basically used to have a let down ease of traffic flow, and an aircraft just approaches in very efficiently together. All aircraft can approach in a manually flow. Alright, so before I actually start off explaining the procedure that I have devised, or I have tried to use through my flying times, so I will just explain what is a DME arc. So DME arc is basically you need a station, a VOR possibly. So it is to maintain a certain distance constantly throughout your turn. Okay, so example, this is a 5 DME arc for example. So you will maintain a 5 DME distance till a certain point and then establish onto the final approach course to land. Or you can even actually go out, but generally it is used for joining a let down. Alright, so this is a 5 DME constant arc that you keep, and that's all DME arc is basically. Yeah, so another important thing is there's something called a lead radial, where you actually stop your DME arc and then establish onto the final approach course. Now most important thing about a DME arc procedure is that you have to maintain a plus or minus 90-degree difference between course window and heading window. Okay, if you're flying the glass cockpit, or else just basically radial and your heading, you should have a 90-degree difference, so that if you're on this radial, your heading will be somewhere in the 90. It's tangential. Okay, tangential stuff. Alright, so yes, I know the radial interception video was long, but I hope you extracted a lot out of it. Similarly, just be patient with me on this video as well, because if you get it right, you will get it right in one shot itself. Alright, so I'll try to reduce the length, of course. So yeah, there are 4 types of DME arc procedures that are generally done, and those are outbound right, second outbound left, third is inbound right, and fourth is inbound left. Okay, so now what happens is you have all these 4 kinds of DME arc procedures that are generally used. Now I'll give you a table where you actually can use it. Right now you won't understand it directly, but when I explain further in the video, I think it's gonna be really helpful. Outbound right, what we will do is to the current heading we will give a correction of plus 100 degrees, and to the course we will give plus 10 degrees. Outbound left, we will give a correction of heading to the heading minus 100 degrees, course minus 10 degrees. Inbound right will give correction of heading minus 80 degrees, and course we will give plus 10 degrees. Inbound left, we will give a correction of heading to the heading plus 80 degrees and course minus 10 degrees. Okay, so this is the table basically I generally always remember. It's very easy to recollect and use it. If you remember even one line, you can remember the others also. Okay, inbound it's the opposite. If it is minus, it's plus here, plus, and it's 100 and it's 80 here. Alright, so these are the standard stuff that I generally used, so I will just explain in a similar fashion. Alright, so let's do first one without wasting a lot of time. Outbound right. Now outbound stuff is generally used after takeoff. In case he's just the ATC's told you to maintain an outbound DME arc so that you can reach a certain waypoint and then go to your destination from that. Alright, so now from that I'll just start off with a runway. I will just take a standard 09 and 27. Okay, and imagine you are on the runway here, and this VOR is apparently on the runway itself, or just for understanding purposes, and you have been told to establish a 5 DME arc. That will be something like this. Okay, the distance from this VOR is 5 DME at all points. Okay, so now the procedure is simple. At first your heading is 090, your course is also 090. Okay, initially. Now what happens is, when this is outbound, right, so your heading and course is same. If you remember the radial interception video I mentioned, heading and course will be same on an outbound, any sort of outbound stuff. So now since it's a 5 DME arc, I would suggest 1 DME before 4 DME. At 4 DME you will start a turn at 4 DME you will start a turn towards, if I just now mentioned, right, here outbound right plus 100 degrees. So correction we will give plus 100 degrees, that will become 190, and course we will give plus 10, that is 100. Okay, so you will set your heading buck to 190 and your course window to 100. So that will mean you will have a course window something like this. Okay, and once you are established and you have started a turn at 5 DME approximately, this will come in. Okay, and then you will change your course heading to 200 and course to 110. Okay, so with this what will happen is, you will maintain, once the needle is in the center you change over, once the needle is center again you change over, keep adding 10 degrees, and you will maintain a 5 DME arc throughout. Alright, so that's all, that simple it is. Okay, now let's do an outbound left. As I explain more examples, you will get a hold of it, I'm sure. Alright, so outbound left, what will happen? Outbound left, I will just take a similar runway for easier understanding purposes only, otherwise it can be done on any runway. Okay, now I will just use outbound left. Let me put the same position and same DME arc. Alright, so same DME arc, but it's a left turn this time around, and this is for maintaining a 5 DME arc. Same thing, at this point your heading is 090, your course is also 090. Okay, now what I want you to do is, at 4 DME, at somewhere here 4 DME, you will start a turn towards the left. As you can see, outbound left, heading minus 100, so minus 100 will give me 350, and your course also will be minus 080, so basically minus 10 is what I meant here. Okay, so with this what will happen is, you will be somewhere 080 is somewhere here, and you will be established, and this will be the position of your needle. It will start moving to the center, then start changing your thing, start changing your heading buck to 340, and just start decreasing 10 degrees. People do it for 5 degrees as well to improve accuracy. That's all up to you, as because 5 degrees I think would get too much load on the cockpit, because you're flying here as well. I'm just explaining stuff here, but you're flying there too. So I think 10 degrees is quite good, and that's all about outbound left and outbound right. I hope you've understood. If you have any doubts, please drop a comment below. I will sure look back to that. Alright, so next let us continue with we were discussing now inbound. Now inbound is something that is more commonly used. Alright, so third one is inbound right. Now important thing to do know in inbound is that your first turn will be the opposite. So the first turn will be left. I'll just draw, then you'll understand. For understanding purposes again, same runway. Okay, now you're coming into land on 09 and you are somewhere here. Okay, so we have been asked to establish an arc, something like this. Okay, it's not really a good arc, but whatever. So this is your VOR and you're supposed to land here. As you can see, this turn is the left turn, and then it's a right arc. So the first turn is always left when you're coming inbound arc. As in first turn, if you're doing an inbound right arc, it's the first turn is left, and if you're doing an inbound left arc, the first turn is right. It's opposite. Alright? So always remember, if you're doing a right arc, you're going to turn, first turn will be towards the left, and then you will establish onto the right arc. Okay, now let's take for practice purposes. Okay, so this we have taken. So if you remember, inbound, you're gonna set your heading is opposite, heading is anyways, let's take heading on this position is 0 to 0, and course window you are setting opposite. Say you are on radial 200, this one is 200, 200. Your course window will be set as the opposite. If you remember, I told in the previous radial interception video, inbound it's always opposite. Alright, I mean, instructors might teach you different ways, but this is how I do it, and I find it really easy to understand. Alright, so I'm just sharing it with you guys. Alright, so 0 to 0 and 0 to 0 is at this position. Now suppose this is a 5 DME arc, 5 DME arc. So you're coming in, so you at around about 6 DME, 6 DME, approximately 6 DME, you will start a turn, that is, if you see inbound right arc, heading minus 80. Okay, so 0 to 0 minus heading, 0 to 0 minus 80 will give you 300 heading, and your course, as you can see, you're going to add, so plus the 10 will be 030. Okay, so now what will happen is you will give a heading 300 approximately somewhere here, 300, and your course will be set to 030. So your needle will be either here or either, whichever depends on the side of the arc, and once it is on the center you will be approximately on 5 DME, and then you will change to 310. Course will be set to 040. Okay, so in this you will keep adding accordingly. Okay, and once you are again on the 5 DME, when the needle is in the center, you will go to 320, 050. So till you reach a lead radial somewhere here, whatever the lead radial is, it could be 080, or depending on whichever the lead radial is given on the chart, you will stop and then establish on a final approach track. Cool, sounds simple, right? The more you practice, you'll get hold of it. Okay, fourth one, inbound left arc, that is, and turn, the first turn will be towards your right. I'll just draw it quickly so that you'll be able to connect to. Okay, so this is a 2709. So in this what happens, I'm talking about a left arc, so the left arc is something like this. Okay, and this is your right turn here, right turn. Okay, so the first turn is towards the right, and then the whole arc is towards the left, and this is the lead radial. Okay, so let's for example, let me just put it here, the VOR. So let this be around about 160. All right, so your at this point in time, suppose you will come in like this, right? So let's make the aircraft like this. You're coming in perfectly on heading and course. Okay, so your heading and course will be 340, 340. Okay, so what happens is, once you are like this, your first turn is towards the right. As you can see here, inbound arc left, heading plus 10, plus 80, sorry, plus 80. So now we will just add to this at around about, since again I'm just taking a 5 DME example, at 6 DME when you're coming inbound, you will set this to plus 80, that will be 060, course to plus 10, minus 10. As you can see here, course will be minus 10, that will be 330. Okay, so when you set this, what will happen is you will turn on a heading 060, that is around about something like this. Okay, and you will be somewhere here like this, 060, and your radial 330 is something like this. And once you establish on the 5, this is at 6 DME, once you are on 5 DME, then you will start changing it, and you will just start decreasing it. 050, course will be 320. So it will start decreasing, and you will reach something like the lead radial. Okay, so I hope you've understood the concept, and the table is very important. It's much easier to do if you remember the table. Now just if you've got confused with when to add or when to subtract, let me just put it this way. When of course you remember the table, I hope you remember the table here, and if you remember the table, now in an inbound left turn, what we are doing is subtracting throughout. So I'll just write it down. Inbound left arc, that is you're decreasing. Inbound right arc, you are increasing. You can see here only 310, 320, 040, it's increasing. Okay, and let me just get this also. So look at this one here. You have outbound right. Okay, so outbound right is also increasing. So let me just write it here itself. Outbound right also is increasing. Outbound left is decreasing. So in the left turns you decrease, left arcs basically you decrease, and the right arcs you increase the value. Okay, so I hope the procedure is clear to you. Just use the table, just practice a few more DME arcs, and I think it's very important that you know a DME arc procedure, so that because a lot of charts these days, commercial charts these days have DME arc procedures. Okay, and if you have any doubts, please do comment below. I will clarify them immediately, and that's all on the video. I hope you've understood and understood the procedure. Alright, then I will see you in the next video. I will do holding patterns. Alright, so that's important as well in instrument flying, parallel teardrop entry, and the another one is the direct entry, of course. Yes, so that's also quite easy. So yeah, what I wanted to tell you guys is instrument flying is very important actually, and it is used everywhere. It is very important that you have a good instrument flying training during early during your career, and it is going to help you throughout. So these basics will help you feed your brain with good instrument procedures. So I hope you guys are enjoying the videos, and if you like the video, please do share it, and of course like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Facebook page, guys. Spread a word. Have a great day. Bye bye. Take care. Happy landings.